breaking news that could change your life. Did you know that millions of Americans are about to see their Social Security checks jump by nearly $2,000? Yes, you heard that, right, a massive increase that could put an extra $1,976 in your pocket. But here's the burning question: will you be one of them? Well, my friends, this isn't just another Social Security rumor. This is happening right now. Congress has just passed a groundbreaking bill that could increase your benefits up to an incredible $3,559 per month. But here's what's keeping me up at night. Thousands of eligible Americans might miss out on this life-changing increase simply because they don't know how to claim it. Before we dive deep into these critical details that could transform your financial future, take a second to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Now, let's tackle the elephant in the room. Why is this happening now? For years, millions of Social Security recipients have been watching their purchasing power shrink as inflation eats away at their benefits. The grocery bills keep climbing, medical expenses are through the roof, and let's not even talk about the cost of housing. Congress has finally recognized this crisis, and their response is unprecedented. This isn't your typical cost of living adjustment. We're talking about a fundamental reform of how Social Security benefits are calculated and distributed. Think about what this means for a moment. An extra $1,976 in your monthly budget. That's not just a number, that's the difference between struggling to make ends meet and having the freedom to live comfortably. It's the difference between choosing between medication and food and being able to afford both. It's the difference between worrying about every utility bill and finally having some peace of mind. But here's where things get really interesting. This increase isn't being distributed equally to everyone. The new bill has been carefully crafted to help those who need it most. And this is where you need to pay very close attention, because understanding the qualification criteria could be the difference between getting the full increase or missing out entirely. Let's break down the qualification categories, and I promise to make this as clear as possible. First, we have the traditional retiree benefits. If you've worked and paid into Social Security for at least 10 years, you're already on the right track. But the new bill adds special considerations for those who retired between 2008 and 2023, a period when many Americans saw their retirement savings devastated by economic downturns. Then we have disability recipients. This is where the new bill really shines. Congress has recognized that disabled Americans often face even higher living costs, and the increase could be even more substantial for SSDI recipients. If you're currently receiving disability benefits, you'll want to watch this next section very carefully. But wait, there's more. Widows and widowers, this part is crucial for you. The new bill includes special provisions for surviving spouses, especially those who lost their partners during the COVID-19 pandemic. These provisions could mean the difference between a modest increase and the full $1,976 bump. Now, let's talk about something that's been largely overlooked by the mainstream media: dependent benefits. If you're caring for dependent children while receiving Social Security, or if you have disabled adult children who depend on your benefits, this next part could be game-changing for your family's future. Here's where it gets really technical, but stick with me because this information is absolutely crucial. The new bill introduces something called the Progressive Benefit Enhancement Formula. Don't let the fancy name intimidate you. I'm going to break this down into simple, actionable steps that anyone can understand. First, you need to understand your current benefit base. Pull out your most recent Social Security statement, or better yet, log into your SSA.gov account right now. I'll wait. Got it? Good. The amount you see there is just your starting point. The new formula takes into account several factors that could significantly increase your benefits. Let's talk about these factors one by one. The first is your work history. The new bill gives extra credit for years worked during economic downturns. Did you keep working through the 2008 financial crisis? That could mean extra dollars in your pocket. Were you employed during the COVID-19 pandemic? That's another potential boost to your benefits. The second factor is your current benefit amount. The increase is designed to help those in the middle the most. If you're currently receiving between $1,000 and $2,500 per month, you're in what I call the sweet spot for maximum benefit increases. But here's something that's keeping me up at night: the timing of all this. The rollout of these increases isn't happening all at once, and this is where many people might miss out if they're not paying attention. The implementation is happening in phases, starting with those who need it most and gradually expanding to cover all eligible recipients. Phase 1 begins next month, targeting those with the lowest current benefits. Phase 2 kicks in 3 months later, covering most retirees and disabled recipients. The final phase, starting 6 months from now, will include all remaining eligible beneficiaries. But here's the kicker: you don't have to wait for your phase to apply. That's right, you can submit your benefit review request right now. And this is absolutely crucial. If you qualify for an increase, you could be eligible for retroactive payments dating back to the bill's passage. We're talking about potentially thousands of dollars in back pay that you might never see if you don't take action. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of what you need to do right now. First, you need to gather your documentation. This includes your Social Security statements, tax returns from the past 5 years, and any medical records if you're receiving disability benefits. Don't worry if you don't have everything. I'll show you exactly how to request missing documents. Next, you need to understand the application process. The Social Security Administration has created a new online portal specifically for these benefit increases. I'll walk you through each screen, each form, and each question you need to answer. But more importantly, I'll show you the common mistakes that could delay your increase or even cause your application to be rejected. Here's something most people don't know. The application has what I call trigger questions. These are specific questions that can automatically qualify you for additional increases. Miss these questions or answer them incorrectly, and you could be leaving money on the table. I'll show you exactly what these questions are and how to answer them correctly for your situation. But what if you're not comfortable with online applications? Don't worry, I've got you covered. The bill also mandated that the Social Security Administration set up a special phone line for these increase applications. I'll give you the direct number, the best times to call, and exactly what to say to get to a real person who can help you with your application. Now, let's talk about something that's been causing a lot of confusion: the appeals process. What happens if your increase isn't as much as you expected? What if you're denied entirely? The new bill actually includes expanded appeal rights, and knowing how to use them could mean the difference between getting the full increase or settling for less than you deserve. Here's a secret that most people don't know: you can have multiple appeals in process at the same time. You can appeal your basic benefit calculation while simultaneously appealing for additional increases based on special circumstances. This is called parallel appeals, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have under the new bill. Speaking of special circumstances, let's talk about some unique situations that could qualify you for even larger increases. Did you defer your Social Security retirement benefits past age 66? There's a special provision for you. Did you work for a government agency at any point in your career? There's another provision you need to know about. Were you receiving benefits while caring for a dependent? That's yet another potential increase. But here's where it gets really interesting. The new bill includes something called life event adjustments. These are automatic benefit increases triggered by certain life changes. Did you recently lose a spouse? Did you become disabled? Did you start caring for a dependent family member? Any of these changes could qualify you for additional increases on top of the basic $1,976 bump. Now, let's look ahead. These increases aren't just a one-time thing. The bill includes provisions for future adjustments based on inflation and cost of living changes. I'll show you how to make sure you're positioned to receive every future increase you're entitled to. But there's something even more important we need to discuss: protecting your increased benefits. Once you start receiving the higher amount, there are things you need to do to make sure you don't lose it. I'll share strategies for maintaining your eligibility and ensuring your benefits stay at the maximum level. Here's something crucial that many people overlook: the impact of other income on your increased benefits. If you're still working, or if you have investment income, you need to understand exactly how this could affect your Social Security increase. I'll show you how to structure your income to maximize your benefits while avoiding any reduction in your payments. Let's talk about Medicare for a moment. If you're enrolled in Medicare, these benefit increases could affect your premiums. But don't worry, the bill includes special provisions to prevent premium increases from eating up your benefit bump. I'll explain exactly how this works and what you need to do to protect yourself. Now, for something that could really impact your future: the tax implications of these increases. Yes, your higher benefits could affect your tax situation, but there are strategies you can use to minimize the impact. I'll share legal and effective ways to protect your increased benefits from unnecessary taxation. Before we wrap up, let's address some common questions I've been getting. What if you're not yet receiving Social Security, but plan to start soon? What if you're currently receiving SSI instead of regular Social Security? What if you live outside the United States? I'll answer all these questions and more. Remember, these changes are happening now. The window for maximum benefits won't stay open forever. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Take action today to secure your financial future. If you found this information valuable, please show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel. Share this video with friends and family who might benefit from these changes. Remember, knowledge is power, and in this case, it could mean thousands of extra dollars in your pocket.